All right, algebra 1. Let's go over these solutions. This is the video that you need to watch and take notes on if you want to retake quiz 1-1. For questions 1 through 6, we'll be combining like terms. What are the like terms? The terms with the variables and the terms without the variables, the numeric terms and the variable terms. Okay, so when we combine variable terms, negative 2p minus 10p, I'm going to do my work off to the side kind of here. When I do that, I actually just do negative 2 minus 10. So that would be negative 12. So these are going to combine to be, well, I should say in our final answer, we'll have a negative 12p. The other thing I'm combining is the positive 5 and a negative 7. Okay, so 5 plus negative 7. What's that? That would be, oh, so when we have integers, we actually, and one is negative or one is positive, we subtract those numbers. And we use the bigger number sign. Bigger numbers, negative 7, so that's negative 2. All right, so know your rules of integers or ask about them in the organizer. And hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so let's clean this up here. So first of all, if you're retaking it, then you might have had some trouble on number 2. So let's talk about this. Could be rewritten as negative 1p plus negative 3. Okay, let's take these two negatives in a row and we'll change it to a plus sign because that does change to a plus sign. And now we're going to do what we did in number 1. We're going to underline our like terms, double underline the other pair, combine them. So what's negative 1 plus 5? 1 is positive, subtract those numbers, 4. Use the bigger number sign, that's 5, so it's going to be a positive 4. All right, so that was for the p's. Okay, so it's going to be 4p. Then negative 3 is a numeric term, plus 6. Well, what's negative 3 plus 6? That's positive 3. Again, 1 is positive, so subtract those numbers. Use the bigger number sign. The bigger number is 6, positive 6, positive 3. All right, let's move along. Now, distributing. When there is a number in front of a parenthesis set, you need to multiply that number by both of the numbers on the inside. So 5 times 4 is 20. So that's going to be 20r. 5 times 8 is 40. All right, now this minus sign, we're going to distribute that to both terms. Okay, it's almost like, and it is like there's a negative 1 in front of this set of parentheses. So it's going to be negative 3 and a negative r. So it's key. All right, now let's underline our variables and double underline our numeric terms. 20r minus 1r is going to be 19r. 40 minus 3 is 37. All right. And how about this one? We're going to distribute that 4 because it's in front of parentheses. Okay, so plus a negative 36k. And 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. All right, so now we only have the variables. So it's negative 1, right? Negative 1k minus 36. That's going to be negative 37k minus 4. All right. So don't forget your variables. A lot of people had 21r. Now I'm thinking, I know they forgot to distribute the negative. That could have been your mistake. All right. Don't forget to distribute the negative. Lost the points for the question. So highlight that, right? I didn't distribute the negative and On the retake, make sure you distribute the negative. Okay, let's do 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So now for number 5, fractions. Okay, so we're gonna underline our variable terms. Okay, so I need to get common denominators. I'm gonna multiply this guy by 4. So I get that 24 in both denominators. And then for the numeric terms, the common denominator could be 12. What do you know? I got to multiply this one by 4 as well to get 12. So now let's rewrite the equation. 10/12 minus 124q. Just bringing those guys down. Nothing needed to change there. But this 5, 6 is now going to be 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 6, 6 times 4 is 24. Q. And then 1 times 4 is 4. So minus 4. And 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. Underline our variable terms. Double underline our numeric terms. And so what is negative? So this is negative 1. And this is positive 20. What's negative 1 plus 20? Hopefully you're saying 19. So we're going to have 19/24 q. And what is 10 and a negative 4? Hopefully you're saying 6. That's right. 6/12. Of course, that reduces to 1/2, but I told you you didn't have to reduce. So no one lost points for leaving it as 6/12. But this is technically the real final answer, isn't it? All right, decimals. Got to do the decimals. Let's underline our variable terms, and we only have one numeric term. So let's add these decimals together. Oh, this was an easy one because look, they have the same amount of digits already. I should have made that one more difficult. I may make it more difficult on the retake and only have, 2 decimals in one of them. And so if you have a question about that, ask. So that's 14, that's gonna be 10, and that's gonna be 13. Okay, so answer 13.04 t minus 1.65. All right, let's solve some equations. So this should have said solve. If you didn't know that you had to solve, then you should have asked, okay? It was always a good idea to ask questions. Of course, during a quiz, there will be many questions I can't answer, but if you're not sure what to do, you should ask. I'll tell you if I can't answer them, but try anyway, right? Until you understand like what you should ask, what you should. Okay, so let's combine like terms here because I have my variable terms. I have 3 and 2 of them are already on the same side. So -6 plus 14. 1 is positive, so I'm going to subtract those numbers and I get 8. And I want to use the bigger number sign. The bigger number is 14. So it's positive 8e. All right, just combining these two right here. And then I'm going to bring down the 15. I'm going to bring down everything. I'm only going to do one step at a time. What is that? 15. Oh, okay. All right, now I need to get the variable terms on the same side, on the left. So the 10e is already on the left, but this 8e, it needs to go to the left. Well, on the right, it's positive. So on the left, it will be negative. Well, all right. And then the 15 is over here. And then the 1 has got to go over there. So that's going to be -1. Right? See, the +1 changes to -1, and the 8e changes to -8e. 10 minus 8 is 2. 15 minus 1 is 14. And what do we do now? We divide by 2. E equals 7. Imagine that. Number 7 and the answer is 7. It won't always work that way. All right. This one is not too bad because we have 4 terms. And we need to get the variables on the left, numbers on the right. So let's take that 90 over the line and change the sign. Take this -8 over the line and change the sign. -21 plus 8. One is positive, one is negative here. Subtract those numbers. What is 21 minus 8 is 13? It's 13. Use the bigger number sign, so it's going to be -13. All right, 15 minus 9 is 6. And now we're going to divide by 6. And you'll notice 13 does not divide by 6. So my final answer is -13 over 6. Done. All right, 2 more, right? Da, da, da. All right, so we're not going to talk about the paragraph. Double underline those numeric terms, underline my variable terms. This one's not too bad. So I'm going to put the variable terms on the left. Get that -4t. Get that, it's going to be -2/3 t, right? I'm going to put my numbers on the right, variables on the left, and my numbers on the right. This is a positive 12. When it moves over, it will be -12. And hopefully you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again, Mr. Field. All right, -4 minus 2/3 would be -4 and 2/3. 11 minus 12 is -1. And now let's convert this to an improper fraction. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14 over 3 equals -1. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So we multiply it by 3 over 14, negative out front. Multiply that by same thing. Oh, you know, this is a good teachable moment here. I put the negative out front or I put the negative on top. It means the same thing. But I don't put the negative in the denominator because over time that can get things confusing. So if you want to attach the negative sign to one of the numbers in the fraction, it's the numerator. Or you can just write it out front. What is -1 times -3/14? That would be +3/14. And over here they cancel. So t equals +3/14. And the last question. Let's put our variables on the left, numbers on the right. All right. Draw the line over the line, change the sign. So that's going to the left. And this guy with no variable is going to have to go to the right. So we got 1.5k already over here, and now this -8k is coming over, but it's going to have to be +8k over the line. Change the sign. 7.5 positive over here is going to be negative over there. -7. I was 1.5 plus 8. That would be 9.5k. It was 18 minus 7.5. That would be 10.5. And so if you wrote, we divide both sides, right, by the coefficient of the variable. So the answer would be 10.5 divided by 9.5. If you got that far, you got it. The final answer ends up after the division being approximately 1.1. All right, so hopefully that helps you find your mistakes as I have. Solved them all the way through, talked it out. But hey, you can certainly post about any of these questions in the organizer if you'd like me to do it again or ask questions about it. If you can't find your mistake, make sure you know everything all the way through before you take the retake. Don't take the retake with the attitude of, here goes nothing, I don't know if I'll do better. You need to know every question on here front to back before you take this retake, because I don't want you to be sitting there feeling unprepared. I've seen it too many times. So once again, the process for taking the retake, you've watched this video, you've written down everything I've written down, and then you went and highlighted the mistake that you made so you don't make it again on the retake. All right. Post in the organizer about anything you're still not 100% confident about, or even if you are, post it in the green section. Practice saying it through because that will help you prepare more. And write a paragraph explaining what you did the first time that was wrong and what you're going to do differently going forward that will help you better prepare. I think I've said enough. All right, let's get out of here.